Hi, yes, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Thursday, February 23rd. Another very mild day here in the Mid-Atlantic region. Temperatures should approach or surpass 60 degrees in many spots. The mild weather will continue into tomorrow, but then a strong cold front will whip through the region. Winds will kick up tomorrow afternoon and especially tomorrow night and Saturday out of the northwest, probably 40 miles per hour or more. It'll be quite a change compared to what we've had for the last day or two into tomorrow, and the wind chills will make it feel even colder. All in all, it'll be a seasonable chill, but again, because of the winds and the comparison with this current mild spell, it'll feel even colder than that. Well, there's some winter weather around too. There's some accumulating snow later on today across the parts of the Dakotas into Iowa, and then later on tonight over across Chicago to Detroit, all the way into New England tomorrow. So there is some accumulating snow, and in some places it'll pile up more than half a foot. But here in the Mid-Atlantic region, another day and a half or so of very mild weather. Let's take a look at the latest surface map. There's a weak frontal system causing a couple of showers out here in south central PA. It looks like for the most part they'll fall apart, and we'll have at least a mix of sun and clouds here in the Mid-Atlantic region today. Probably the nicest day of this mild spell that began yesterday and will end tomorrow, as there will be quite a bit of sunshine along with these mild temperatures, and it will be breezy out of the southwest. Now, farthest to the west, we have this storm developing here, middle part of the country. This will trek to the east and go to our north and west, and then really intensify to our north later in the day tomorrow. That intensification will promote some strong, increasingly strong winds later on tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night and Saturday here in the Mid-Atlantic region. Colder air will pile in behind that frontal passage tomorrow morning, and there can be a shower, maybe even a rumble or thunder or so with that frontal passage during the morning hours here in the Mid-Atlantic region. Again, later on today, some wintry weather with snow across the Dakotas into places like Des Moines, Iowa, across to Chicago and Detroit, maybe even as far south as Boston by later on tonight and tomorrow. Could be some heavy accumulation up in parts of northern New England on the day Friday. Here's the latest radar loop out in the middle part of the country, and again, there's some snow in this. It's cold enough for snow out across Iowa, and all this will head towards Chicago. They may get 6 inches of snow later on in the day and tonight across to Detroit, and this particular area will advance to the east and produce some rain around here later on tonight and tomorrow morning. The coldest air for this upcoming event will be well north of here, where they can get some accumulating snow in upstate New York and New England during the day tomorrow. Here's the latest visible satellite image from the Penn State eWall site. Again, there is a little frontal system out here in south central Pennsylvania, a little band of clouds and maybe a little bit of shower activity associated with this, but it looks like it's falling apart as it drives to the south and east over the mountains. Probably nothing more than a sprinkle well north and west of the big cities. And again, there's lots of clear skies right here, so it'll be a mix of sun and clouds today with temperatures way above normal, approaching 60 degrees, maybe even 65 to 68 degrees in the D.C. area, along with a stiff southwest wind. Well, let's take a quick look at the GFS for tonight, tomorrow morning, and then tomorrow night as we transition from this very mild weather here in the Mid-Atlantic region to much colder weather and strong winds by the time Friday night and Saturday roll around. This is for tonight. By this time tonight, the snow will be falling across places like Des Moines, Iowa, into Chicago, and all this will move well north of here, but across Detroit. And again, later on tonight and tomorrow, they can get snow anywhere north of this line here, and some significant accumulation across places like southern Maine and northern Vermont and New Hampshire, and even up to half a foot or so out here over Chicago, Illinois. Now, this storm system will spread some rain into our region later on tonight into the first part of tomorrow as that cold front gets ready to whip on through. Here's the GFS map for tomorrow morning. We will have a few showers later on tonight and tomorrow morning. Not at all a heavy rain event, and tomorrow will be kind of a mixed bag of clouds and sun, strong winds, and especially in the afternoon and evening. There's actually a warm front that comes through at first, and then a cold front that comes through during the morning hours. It can be a rumble of thunder, maybe even a little bit of heavier rain for about 15 minutes to 30 minutes or so, but not an all-day rain event, and not all that heavy when you add everything up, but it can shower from late tonight through the morning hours, especially tomorrow, before that colder air and the winds pick up in the afternoon and evening. By tomorrow night, we're in the colder air mass here in the Mid-Atlantic region with strong northwest winds flowing in behind the frontal system that by this time is off the coast. Quite a good snowstorm is possible later on tomorrow into the evening hours across places like southern Maine and northern Vermont and northern New Hampshire. We'll have 40-mile-an-hour winds. Temperatures back to normal by Saturday with highs in the low to mid 40s for the most part here in the Mid-Atlantic region, which of course will feel even colder with the strong winds, and especially when compared to the very mild conditions of today into tomorrow. Well, that's it for the SIWeather.com. I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.